There's a vault in the Bank of England. Inside it sits 31 tons of gold, worth about $2 billion. It belongs to Venezuela, or it used to, because in 2018, the British courts decided Venezuela couldn't have its own gold back, not because Venezuela did anything to Britain, but because America said so. This isn't a heist movie. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's how the modern financial system actually works. And if one country's gold can be frozen indefinitely by someone else's courts, what does that mean for every other country keeping their wealth in the system? Let's talk about how $2 billion in gold became the world's most expensive legal hostage. Venezuela has oil. A lot of it. Actually, the largest proven oil reserves on Earth. For decades, that made Venezuela rich. Rich enough to stack up gold reserves as insurance. Because that's what countries do. When you're a nation, you don't just keep your savings in dollars, you diversify. Gold, foreign currency, bonds, and you store some of it abroad. Why abroad? 2 reasons. 1, safety. If something goes wrong at home, war, coup, fire, your reserves are protected. 2, liquidity. Gold stored in London or New York can be traded or used as collateral instantly. It's not weird, it's standard. Over 70 countries store gold at the Bank of England. Germany, Italy, India. The system runs on trust. You store your gold in our vault, we give you a receipt. When you want it back, you get it back. Simple. Until it isn't. In 2013, Hugo Chavez dies. Nicolas Maduro takes over. And almost immediately, everything falls apart. Oil prices collapse. Venezuela's economy crashes. Inflation hits 1,000,000%. Not a typo. 1 million. People are using stacks of cash as napkins because it's cheaper than buying actual napkins. Maduro's government becomes, let's say, unpopular. Elections happen. Most international observers say they were rigged. In 2019, opposition leader Juan Guaido declares himself the legitimate president. And here's where it gets strange. The United States recognizes Guaido as the real president. So does the UK. So do 50 other countries. But Maduro doesn't leave. He's still in the palace. He controls the military. He controls the actual government. So now Venezuela has 2 presidents, one with power, one with recognition, and 31 tons of gold sitting in London. Maduro wants the gold back. He needs it. His economy is in free fall. He sends the legal paperwork to the Bank of England. "We'd like our gold, please." The Bank of England says, we need to check something. Because the British government just recognized Guaido, not Maduro. And here's how the legal trap works. British courts, by law, have to respect whatever the British government officially recognizes. It's called the One Voice Doctrine. The courts can't contradict the executive branch on who runs a foreign country. So when the UK government picked Guaido, the legal outcome was already decided. The judges didn't have a choice. They had to follow Britain's diplomatic position. which followed America's lead. So legally, in the UK's eyes, Guaido is Venezuela's president, which means Maduro, the guy actually running the country, can't access Venezuela's gold. Maduro sues. The case goes to British courts, and the UK Supreme Court rules. The British government has recognized Guaido. Therefore, the gold belongs to Guaido's administration. Even though Guaido controls nothing inside Venezuela, no military, no ministries, no central bank, he's essentially a president in exile. But according to British law, he owns the gold. Now, here's where this stops being about Venezuela and starts being about everyone. Because this case established something dangerous. If Western courts can freeze a country's reserves by deferring to their own government's diplomatic recognition, which can be coordinated with allies, then no country's reserves are actually safe. Let's say you're China. You've got assets stored in New York. One day, the US decides it doesn't like your government anymore. Maybe you invade Taiwan. Maybe you just become inconvenient. The US government recognizes some opposition leader, maybe a guy living in California, and suddenly, your billions in reserves are frozen indefinitely, not because of a crime, not because of a debt, but because of politics. This already happened to Russia after Ukraine. The US and Europe froze $300 billion in Russian central bank reserves, the largest financial seizure in history. And every other country watched and learned. If dollars and pounds can be frozen or seized whenever it's politically convenient, why keep storing wealth in dollars and pounds? So central banks started buying gold. Lots of it. In 2022 and 2023, central banks bought more gold than any time since 1950. China, India, Turkey, Poland, and they're not storing it in London anymore. They're storing it at home because Venezuela's gold taught them a lesson. The financial system isn't neutral. It's a weapon. And if you're not holding the weapon, you might be the target. So here we are. Venezuela's gold is still sitting in London, still frozen, still disputed. Maduro is still president in Venezuela. Guaido isn't even in the country anymore. He's living in exile. But the legal case drags on, because once you weaponize the financial system, you can't easily unweaponize it. The implications are bigger than Venezuela, bigger than Russia. For 80 years, the global financial system ran on a simple promise. Store your wealth with us. It's safe, it's neutral, it's professional. That promise is breaking. And when trust breaks in a system built entirely on trust, what comes next isn't predictable. Maybe a new system, maybe more chaos, maybe both. But one thing is certain. Countries are learning to trust the system less and trust themselves more. Venezuela's gold sits in London, waiting, a $2 billion symbol of how power actually works, and a reminder that in finance, just like everywhere else, possession isn't just 9/10 of the law. Sometimes it's everything. If this made you think differently about how money and power actually work, hit subscribe. We break down the systems that run the world without the jargon. More stories like this coming soon. Thanks for watching.